Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Ashley. It has been some time, it's been some months, so I'm past the point of making promises about regular or how regularly I'm gonna upload. I don't know. And if you're down for that kind of inconsistency, then thank you. And go ahead and subscribe. If you need structure like, stable humans provide, then this may not be the place for you. Not much has changed in terms of me having a true vision for this channel and wanting to take it somewhere besides just embracing creative expression. So that's basically what I'm here for. If you dig it and you want to join in and create and sustain this little community with me, then cool. And if it bothers you that I am not a person, then I get it and it's okay. Yeah. But if you're down for the ride, then please subscribe, stay a while. And hopefully I will be able to provide just a semblance of regularity, I guess. Yeah. So as I'm sure you probably saw from the title of this video, we are dealing with a topic that is not necessarily light and fluffy. It's something that's been on my mind pretty much, since birth, like since existing as an African American person. But the video topic has been on my mind for a really long time, like since I started the channel, and I didn't know in what way I wanted to bring it up. I feel like there's a lot to be said, so this may not be the only time that I speak on it. I contemplated like bringing my dad in, bringing my friends in, and making it like a group discussion, because I do think that there's a lot to be said. There's a simple and direct rule and guidelines to this word, but I do think that there's a lot to unpack there in terms of understanding. Not saying that you necessarily need to understand. You should just understand what you can and you can't do. But if you are looking for more context, both historically and just socially, then yeah, I think that there's a lot to unpack there. But yeah, I say all that to say I was struggling with how I wanted to approach this topic if I did talk about it. And then we had this recent incident. Now, okay, so the N-word, nigga. I'm saying it because I don't want to act like I don't say it regularly. I do. I am such a fan. I'm actually in love. I'm in love with the word, and I'm in love with all of the different definitions and ways and the inflection that you can use when using the word. I think it's beautiful. If and only if you are a human of some sort of African descent. Got it out there. Boom. That's my opinion. And I'm only one Black person. I'm not speaking for all Black people at all, but general consensus, at least of the Black and brown folk that I know, is pretty much the same, unless you are of some type of African descent, African American, Afro-Latina, whatever. Everything in between. If you ain't got some of that, and I'm not talking about your great auntie on your, no, And that's where it does get a little murky too, because it's like, okay, well, how Black is Black enough to say it? That's why there's so much to unpack here. There's so much to unpack, and I'm definitely not gonna get into all of that. And I don't even know that I necessarily have clear answers for all of that. If you are entirely of African descent, or you are mixed, like strongly mixed, and don't question, okay, well, what's strong? Like, no, I'm strongly. I'm just gonna leave it at strongly mixed, and that can be open to your interpretation, which is also where it gets murky. But yeah, strongly mixed, then go ahead. Use it to your heart's content. I don't know that I've ever used it with an ER. I don't think I could. That's the one that just burns. But that's to each their own. It's not for me. But nigga is, it's almost poetry when used properly. I want to say I'm not ashamed to say, but I am kind of, and it's something that I'm working through. So I'm only slightly ashamed, I guess is the best way to say it. I'm only slightly ashamed to say that there have been people who were not Black who I didn't go out of my way to correct or asked to not use the word. There are people who I not verbally given a pass to, like, yeah, you can say it, but if it was said around me, it wasn't something that I stopped. And people close to me. I don't have any of those people around me anymore for more reasons than just the word. It's just that, I guess, maybe it was a red flag. I don't know. No, not actually. Well, maybe. Anyways, well, there are really only a couple of people actually who stand out in my mind, who were really close to me. Both not white, but both not black. And that's also where it gets murky, right? Because we see people of other races and other minorities using it and thinking that it's okay. And it's like, it's actually not. It's actually not. But in being honest about the fact that, yeah, I have indirectly given people passes to say it. That's something that I've struggled with a lot. And now, 24 years of age. Oh yeah, I had a birthday. Libra season. Anyways, 24 years of age, I'm firmly saying and firmly comfortable in correcting people where it's like, you know what? No, you can't say it. You shouldn't. This is why. And if that's not good enough, just because it makes me uncomfortable. And if you are somebody who cares about me, I just ask that you respect that. Thank you. But it's something that I struggled with for a long time, and I think other people may be able to relate to this in that being raised in a community, it wasn't actually until the second half of high school and then college that I really started to make more of my strong friendships with people who look like me, I guess. I was raised mostly around other white people and people of other racial background. Growing up in private schools and around white people and speaking a certain way and also being treated a certain way by other black people, when you mix in the whole whitewash thing or talking white or acting white, all of the things that just frustrate the living fuck out of me, because that's not a thing. Acting, you can't act a race. Also, white isn't an ethnic background, which is another video as well, but just saying. But yeah, all of those things that come with it, you sort of fall into a trap of trying to make people feel comfortable with your blackness and trying to make yourself palatable. And in making yourself palatable, you don't want to come across as the stereotype or the molds that other people want to fit you in, the angry black woman or being easily offended or anything like that. So then when words like the N-word come up and it's like, oh, it's because it was in a song, or it's because, I mean it in a friendly way. I'm saying it like you're my friend. And it's like, okay, well, the intentions aren't bad, and they're saying it's not racist. That's my favorite. I don't mean it in a racist way. It's just a word. Then because you're trying to make other people comfortable with your blackness, that feels like something that falls into that category where it's like, it just kind of falls into the wayside, because if it's not said in anger and it's not said in a way that's supposed to make you feel bad, then maybe it's okay. It's not. It's actually not. And this really cool thing is happening right now. This whole embracing of black excellence and black boy joy and black girl magic and all of these things where I have goosebumps right now because I'm just, but where we are being taught and encouraged to be unapologetically ourselves and to be unapologetically black. And in that comes a whole new strength in reclaiming this word. I think that's always been the purpose, is when it's like, well, if you can say it, why can't we all say it? Okay, well, it got set up as something that was used to put us down and separate us and treat us as less than an other. And so we reclaimed it as something that's ours. And it shows camaraderie within our community. It can also be used in other ways, like I said, it's like poetry, but that's beside the point. But for the most part, it's something we reclaimed as our own. That was used to put us down. And I do also recognize that there is a large part of the community that believes that the word shouldn't be used at all. And I totally respect that. And I do vacillate back and forth between whether I feel like anybody should use the word. But for the most part, what I do know is I know who shouldn't. And what brought this on for me, because it seems like there's always some celebrity caught using it when they're drunk, or a viral video on social media going around, you know, whatever. And this particular instance was Miss Gina Rodriguez rapping along to a Fuji song. And Gina. Now, I actually have love for Gina Rodriguez. I think she is problematic as fuck, but I think she's well-meaning, which doesn't excuse it. I think that she does need to be corrected and taught a lot, because the nigga thing is definitely not the first of her discrepancies with the Black community. But this particular instance struck me because it's another person of color, which I think is extremely significant, because so many times, like, yeah, we know we don't want white people to say it. Like, that's, you know, everybody be looking, we definitely, like, you know definitively who you don't want to say it. But then the lines get blurred when it's like, they're of Latin or Hispanic descent, they're Asian, they're Pacific Islander, I don't know, there's something other than white that isn't Black. Does that make it okay? No, it doesn't. But I've fallen into that same trap too, is what I'm saying. And I'm acknowledging that, but it's 2019, and you know, it just shouldn't be that hard to not say it. And it struck me with Gina also because in her initial apology, I recognize that she's posted another one where it's just full accountability, but I think it should be full accountability up front, because the first time it was very much the same thing that we all hear about. I was just singing along to a song that I love. It's in a song. It's in so many songs. Why can't we sing along to it? We're just singing the song. And to that I say, who's singing the song? Who's rapping the song? Is it somebody that looks like you, or is it somebody that looks like me? And that's not a way to divide us, but I'm just saying contextually, when it's like, okay, who's singing? Did Eminem? If Eminem and G-Eazy and Machine Gun Kelly, fucking Vanilla Ice, if all these white boys can be out here making white music, you know what? I'm striking Vanilla Ice from the record. I just threw it out. He didn't use the word. We're gonna stick with actual full rap careers. I'm sorry, Ice. But yeah, if Eminem can make it through an entire successful rap career without using the word in his music, and G-Eazy is doing the same thing right now. I'm not even an MGK fan, but I know that man is not using the word. Then why can't you? Is it really that much of an inconvenience to not be able to say it in your favorite song? Is it? Like, or is it inconveniencing to have to be empathetic and understanding and aware of an entire people? I know political correctness is inconvenient. I get it. It's exhausting. But it's important. Gina's apology definitely rubbed me the wrong way because it wasn't an apology. It was a non-apology. And it was also really, well, I'm not going to say it was shocking because, again, like I said, this is not her first oopsie when it comes to Black people. It was just disappointing. But it's a disappointing conversation to have in general. It's not even something I feel like we should have to talk about anymore. It should just be like common knowledge to not use it. Just like the way that there was an entire campaign about not using the word gay in a derogatory way. Fucking Hillary Duff was in these commercials. Like, do y'all remember these commercials? This is why we're not saying that's gay in a negative way. And I don't hear that. I'm sure some of y'all still do it because you're trifling and you need to get your shit together. But those of us with sense know, hey, yeah, we don't use gay in a derogatory way. Same thing with retarded, right? I'm sure some of you still do that too, but I mean, like, let's do better. The point is, even as you're doing it, hopefully you know in the back of your mind you shouldn't. You know what I mean? So can we file the N-word underneath that category? Please? Not even can we, we're demanding it at this point. This shit is ridiculous. And more than anything, it's not that you can't say the word, it's being bothered that some people can and you can't. It's FOMO for a word, and it's stupid. It's ridiculous. And for people who make the argument that I'm using it, you know, I don't mean it in a negative way. I'm not saying it in a racist way. I'm saying it like you're my friend. I'm trying to show you love. The best way to show me love is by respecting me. And by respecting my people and our pain and our past. And by being aware and by doing better. That is the best way to show me love, that you're my friend, that you're my homie. You could call me your homie, your pal, your amigo. There are literally so many synonyms for the word friend. You ain't got to say my nigga if you ain't a nigga, period. I said what I said. And yeah, that's basically all that I have to say about that. And this is a big deal for me to make because it is me definitively saying it hasn't really been an issue, as I don't know if any of you follow me on social media. Shameless plug if you would like to. They'll be linked down below. But a lot of my friends are people of color. And I'm super grateful for that. So this is not a conversation that I have to have in my social circles. Yay. But generally out in the world, yeah, you do. You do. And you see it on social media frequently. And there are entire memes, diagrams dedicated to this topic. Who can say it, who can't. And y'all know who can and who can't. It is just a word that you don't have to say. But on this end, when it is a word that you do say, it's loaded with years and years and years of pain and prejudice and hatred. And the list goes on for negative adjectives there. So, rule of thumb, I don't give a fuck if you married a black person and you have black children. I don't give a fuck if your best friend is black. If all your friends are black. I don't care. I don't care if you got adopted by somebody who's black. I said what I said. It's not that hard. And I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of seeing it. And I know I'm going to keep saying it. Do I expect this video to solve that? No. But I'm saying my piece, so at least y'all know where I stand in this space that I'm creating on this channel. You know where I stand in my personal life. For people who have relationships with me or want to have relationships with me, you know where I stand. This is it. Point blank in the period. Yeah, that's all I got to say. And if you feel the opposite way, then that is totally okay, but you just need to scurry right on off this channel. Yeah, that's all I got to say. But thank you guys so much for watching if you've made it this far. Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm gonna try and stick with it. If you have any more content suggestions for me, then let me know. You know where to find me. My social media will be down below. Subscribe, stay a while. Yeah, thanks so much. See you guys in the next one. Bye.